What's going on? Welcome to Just Write. I want to talk to you about how to start writing your book. Now, I get this question all the time. I've published multiple books. I've actually helped other people publish and even taught people how to start businesses publishing books. And the most frequent question that I get is, where do I begin? And there are so many things that people say to me with what they're doing, but the number one problem that I've discovered with most people is that they don't ever start. So the first thing you have to do is actually write something. Just write something. Now, when I say just write something, you know, some people do an outline, and that's cool. You can do an outline. But one of the things that I think you should do is just sit down, put pen to paper, put your hands on the keyboard and start typing something. Don't try to necessarily start at the beginning. Just write something. You'll be amazed that most of the time what people do is they'll come up with an idea of what they want to write about. They'll even create a title of what their book is going to be called. They already know what their chapters are going to be called. They've already laid them out in the order that they're going to put their book. And then they stop. They've done this general outline and that's it. They feel good about themselves. They start to tell people, yeah, man, I'm writing a book. But in fact, you really haven't really begun. I've even shown people that if they just sit down, most of what they call titles or chapters probably is going to end up being, you know, you got 10 of those written out, and then all of a sudden you start actually writing and realize you've run through all of those things simply because you don't know exactly where you're going just yet in your story. You have, and this is why I say just sit down and write. Just write. In other words, put pen to paper, get whatever that initial idea is out of your head, get it down on paper, and then look at that idea. Can you expand that idea? Is there somewhere else that idea can go? Is it really a good idea? Is it totally coherent? Do you need to go back and revisit it? You're not gonna know that as long as that idea is still sitting in your head. You're never gonna know what your book is gonna be until you actually sit down and start writing it. So this is one of the things that I think that people need to realize is you don't need to sit down and map out the entire book. As a matter of fact, by way of example, there's a particular book that I wrote. In this book, I wrote the first paragraph or two of this particular book, and I kid you not, I waited an entire year to actually write the book. I did other things. I was working on music. I was writing other books. But for some reason, the idea behind this book, all I had, what I thought was a full book, was a paragraph. I had one paragraph, but I wrote the paragraph down. And once I wrote that information down, it took me a year to fully realize the book. And that's the importance of actually putting pen to paper. If you sit down and write and just at least get that first idea onto paper so that piece of information is out of you, you will make room for other information. It may take a week, it may take a day, it may take, as it did in my case, it took me an entire year to actually get the book done. But the first thing that I had to do was just sit down and put pen to paper. I sat down, I wrote one paragraph, or maybe just a couple sentences in that paragraph, not even a full paragraph, but I at least got that part out. I had a working title that I threw away and came up with a completely different title, but I at least had that, and that paragraph is in the book to this day. So my first advice to you, how do you start writing a book? The first thing you should do, don't think about it, don't talk about it, don't tell everybody you've written a book or you're working on a book. Go into your office, go into your car, pull out pen, pull out your phone, pull out your computer, whatever it is that you're gonna write, and at least get that first idea, that primo idea out of your head and onto paper. Just write that. If you do that, you will start the process of writing your book. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Just Write. On this channel, I like to give bite-sized nuggets that you can get to and get on with your day, because the whole purpose of this is for you to just write. If you like these small bite-sized bites or bits, then do me a favor, click the thumbs up button and also consider subscribing to the channel. If you know anyone that needs this information, please share this video anywhere you want. Now, you can also go down into the description and find out all of my other links to all of my books or anything else that might be down there that might intrigue you based on the video that you're watching. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Just Write, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.